All right. Good morning. A very warm welcome to one and all present here. I, Twinkle Soni, PhD Research Scholar, IIT Bombay Monash, welcome you here in the second session of WOPI 2022. So let's begin our session without much ado. It's my great pleasure to introduce you all our first speaker of the day, Professor Anita Mahadevan Jansen. Professor Jansen joined the faculty of Vanderbilt University in 1996, is currently a professor of biomedical engineering and professor of neurological surgery. She founded the Vanderbilt Biophotonics Center, where she worked on optical diagnostics, surgical guidance, and neurophotonics. She is interested in translating optical technologies into in vivo diagnostic tools. Professor Jansen pioneered in the use of in vivo Raman spectroscopy for non-invasive diagnostic cervical dysplasia. In 2014, Professor Mahadevan was elected as conference co-chair to the 2018 Gordon Research Conference on Laser in Medicine Biology with Paul French. She is exploring the use of Raman spectroscopy for investigating preterm cervical remodeling. In 2018, 10 years after Mahadevan Jansen demonstrated that parathyroid gland tissue glows under near-infrared light, the FDA approved the technology and can be used for the surgeries now. She is also working on development of Raman spectroscopy for early diagnostics of throat cancer related to HPV. She led a $3 million Vanderbilt University program that developed microscope tools. Both projects are part of trans-institutional program of Vanderbilt University. Professor Jansen is the 5th women president of SPI and 1st women president by color. Today, she will be talking about some of the important aspects of leadership which is going to inspire us all to find a leader among ourselves. So without much ado, I hand over to Professor Jansen.
Thank you.
Please welcome her.
Okay, you're going to do more work. I'm going to talk less. Okay? So this is not a standard talk. I'm not really a speaker. I'm what I call a moderator. Right? You're going to work and put some things together, thoughts together, and ideas together to see who you are and who the people around you are when it comes to where leadership goes in this world. Okay? So I like to always say, can anyone be a leader? What do you think? How many people say no? It's okay. Just because nobody else is putting no does not mean you cannot put your hand up no. I have one person, 2, 3. See, it needed one person, right? You always need one trigger. 5. Okay. Well, let's find out, right? By the end of this 45 minutes, now probably more like 40, but we'll see. It's up to you because you're going to do the work as to what we do. So usually, actually, I run this workshop with about 20 to 40 people, which means I get to know everybody, their names, who they are, what we do. Cannot do that in a group this big. Okay? So instead of doing that, I'm going to just ask for how many people who have done any kind of leadership roles at all, whether it's a student organization, doesn't matter. Can you raise your hands? Okay, look around you, okay? Great, thank you. How many have never done anything to do with leadership ever? Raise your hands. Okay, well, so let's see what it takes, right? So the goals are that by the end of this session, you'll have a very good understanding of what it means to be a leader. Okay? You'll understand different leadership styles and how you can use different approaches for a given situation. You will gain insight as to a little bit of insight, even if you've never done this, to who you are or who you could be as a leader. Okay? You'll also hopefully leave the whole workshop today, this section, with a little bit more confidence, I hope. You can hold yourself a little bit higher, okay? And understanding that leadership of who you are, who you might be in the future, or who you might be, who you might want to aspire to be, who knows down the line. I can tell you that when I was a PhD student, I never thought I'd be here today, right? I was very shy, very introvert, okay? If you've ever done a Myers-Briggs personality test, I was the ultimate INTJ. Okay? Very much introvert, very much thought thinking and within myself. Definitely never want to walk up to somebody and start talking like this. One changes. 30-something years of career and life brings you to a different place. Who knows where? right? Definitely didn't know that I was going to be here in Bangalore, somebody doing something like this. Bangalore was the place I came to be a child on vacation, right? So, I've already done that. Let's talk a bit about the leadership, basics of leadership. So some of you said there's no way you can be a leader. What is a leader? Define leadership for me. Define a leader for me. Like I said, I'm not doing talking, okay? You are. Either you volunteer or I call on people. So, what is a leader?
A true leader is the who can empower his
Okay?
subordinates.
I just want the definition, like a Webster definition of leadership, right, for right now. Okay? So, empowers people. Yes? Leads a team of people. Okay. Anybody else want to add? Say that again? Unites the team. Okay? Okay? See, I'm not asking for traits of a leader. I'm asking for a definition of a leader. Okay? What would Webster or Oxford? This is very much echoing. Why is this echoing? What is it? What else? There's one more dictionary. Google for that matter. How would it define leadership or leader? Right? Here you go. 3 different definitions of what is a leader. A leader who leads a group of people, especially the head of a country or an organization. A person in control of a group, country, or situation. A person who leads, such as a person with commanding authority or influence. These are the definition of what is a leader based on these 3 dictionaries. Right? So then, what's a manager? Hello? I won't say anything if you don't say anything. Find someone who manages the situation. Anybody else want to try to define what's a manager? And please, professors, you're welcome to answer too. Clearly, we all need help here, folks. Yes? Person who manages a group of people. All right? So, I'd like to do this because a leader is not necessarily a manager and a manager is not necessarily a leader. I am still echoing.
When you're near the chat.
Yeah, so maybe I need to stay on this side of the room. So, let's compare what's a leader versus who's a manager. I probably make a terrible manager, by the way. I'm a better teacher and a leader than I am a manager. So, a leader is someone who's looking to make change. Whereas a manager is somebody who's trying to keep things stable. Okay? Contradictory here a little bit, right? I like to look at 2 different things here. Change versus stability, vision versus objective. A leader is someone who's looking to have a vision, and has a plan and a vision of where things could be, what things could look like in the future, is thinking about the future. A manager is somebody who's thinking about now and tomorrow, not somewhere in that amorphous future. So, and there's other things here you can read, but I like to define this to set the stage of what we're talking about as leadership. Managing is something, it's a skill that can be learned. I believe leadership is also a skill that can be learned. Right? So, certainly everybody cannot be a leader. There'd be utter chaos in the world if everybody was a leader. Right? There has to be leaders and followers, just like there can be managers and people who are taking care of the people who are working under them. So there's always a hierarchical structure in any organization of some sort where somebody's the leader and there's sub-leaders and various levels and so on. Right? So some more food for thought. What does it mean to step up to a leadership position? Right? Just some things to think about and process. We just talked about what's the difference between being a leader and being a manager. But how do you lead a group who until now were your peers? Okay? When you start off as a PhD student, you will grow up with them and you're part of them, and then you get hired as to become a faculty, a professor. Suddenly the people who are your friends that you went out with for dinner are now their boss. Dynamics suddenly change. Right? So how do you process that? How do you handle those situations? Right? And then the question of all. I think because some of you do believe this, is a leader born or made? What do you think? Every leadership is made because of the mettle of the situations they face. So here's your first task. Open your book, not the sheets of paper yet, just the book itself, the notebook itself. I'm going to ask you to do some drawing. It can be a schematic, it can be a flow chart, it can be boxes, it can be actual art. It's up to you, depending on the level of artistic level in your own abilities. Okay? And I'm going to ask professors as well as students, everybody to do this, okay? This is not something you can watch, it's something you experience when you do this. So, before you start drawing, okay, and I know you've done some before, so you are a little bit of an exception. Twinkle here has already watched me do this because I did something similar at IIT Bombay before coming here. These are some famous leaders, right? People recognize most people here. I'm not going to quiz you on this slide, but I am going to quiz you on this slide. Easy, right? Mr. Raman is right there. But now, gets harder. Who's this? Her name is Leena Nair. She's the CEO of Chanel. Told you it was going to get harder. No? This is Sonia Singhal. She was the CEO of Gap, one of the big clothing company, Gap Industries, until recently. She was actually fired a year ago, but that's okay. All right. No? Nobody? He's the Prime Minister of Mauritius. Okay, his name is Pravin Jagannath. The chief leader of Prime Minister of Ireland, not the main Prime Minister, but the opposition party leader is also of Indian descent. I can go on. So Indians are everywhere, right? They should be. We have a large enough population to take over the world if we wanted to. All right. Name some leaders that I did. Give me some names of people that you know who are leaders. Indira Gandhi? Yes. Sorry? Multiple people talking.
Same name.
Yes, what did you say again? Indra Nui. Subhash Chandra Bose. Kalpana Chauhan. One at a time, please. Okay, Abdul Karam. So you clearly know a lot of leaders, right? Okay, but I want you to switch gears a little bit and not think about famous leaders, but think about your boss. Okay? That could be your PhD advisor, that could be your HOD, that could be your dean. Alright? No words. Draw a schematic to represent this leader. How they are a leader for you. Okay? 5 minutes. Go for it. I promise you, whoever your boss is will not see what you draw. I might. I would like to. But they will not. It can be a schematic, it can be a flow chart, it can be a block diagram, it can be an actual picture. It could be a cartoon, all of acceptable. Take a moment, 5 minutes. If you're done, go ahead and sit up, then I know you're done. Hold on to it, just a second. Good. It's really interesting when you take emotions and values and make it into a picture. Don't overthink it either. Instinctively, whatever comes to mind when you think about your boss, in essence. a leader who was somehow, directly related to you in some ways. Sure. Related as in, somebody who you have served under. So you have some personal experience. It could be a relative, sure, if you'd rather. "20 seconds. Okay, next part. Pick the person next to you. Ideally not from your institution. If you're sitting next to somebody in your institution, I'm going to ask you to move if you hesitate showing them your picture. Show them your picture and explain why you drew what you drew. Explain your drawing, 2 minutes each side. One person explain to the other, okay? If you're hesitant to show that person next to you, you need to move. If you haven't already done it, switch. Have the other person explain. You have another minute and a half. Yeah, I'm going to tell you now. You can wait or you can start. All right, time's up. Next part, now you have those 10 pieces of paper. Split it into 2 stacks. Take one stack and write down 5 characteristics of this leader, boss, whoever that is. Things you really admire. And 5 things that you went, I don't know about that. Okay? If you don't have as many as 5, whatever you have, up to 5. Okay, one stack of paper of traits that you think are true leadership traits. And one stack of traits you weren't sure really was appropriate for a leader. I'll give you an example. I drew my leader from when I was my PhD days. Okay? She was very much of her boss. When we were under her, there was a bit of an ivory tower feel. I never felt comfortable just talking to her, sharing my issues or things. There was a bit. And I thought, so she was what we would call an autocratic leader, right? Which works for in some situations, and yes, but I was not necessarily comfortable with that style of leadership, right? So, go for it. 5 and 5. Take about 2 minutes, no more. First things that occur, okay? Don't overthink it. Words, now use words. Yes? One is the actual positive traits and perhaps the other is negative traits. Okay, positive traits and negative traits. Yes, the leader. Everybody has things that are not great about them, okay? Yes, you've just finished talking about them, so you've put now 2 words. Now take those and it's 1-word answers, okay? Try to use 1-word answers. Traits that you admired, the positive aspects of this leader. And maybe if you only have 1 negative or you have 0 negative, that's fine. Okay, you may just not have known that person fully. Right? Okay? Still thinking? I'm going to go row by row from the back forward. I'd like for you to start giving me first some positive traits, which should probably be the easiest. Your 1-word answers. Last row, give me 2. Anybody wants to go? Hold on, we're coming from the back. Yes? Supportive? Hold on. Last row, anybody there? Want to go? Okay, next row down.
Communicative.
On this side. Second to last row. Next row. That side.
Bonding team.
Say that again. Bonding team. Is that what you said? That side. Next row forward. Hold on. 1 row before you. Actually, 1 row behind you. We're at the 3rd row from the back. Anyone else? That row? Okay, now who started to say something? Yes. Anyone else in that row? Okay, front row from that. One row front from that. Are you sure? I would definitely not qualify. I'll put it down, but. Curious is here. Go ahead, you've been raising your hand for a while. Hold on. What did you say? Acceptance? Somebody said acceptance or something? Okay, I don't know if I agree that's a positive trait. But. Sorry? Trustworthy. Anyone else? Go. Who defines good? I'll just put thinker. I know I'm not polite. Okay, I have room for 1, 2 more. Ambitious. I think we have that. Disciplined. Organized. Good character. Okay? Who defines good again? Assertive. Is that there? Okay. Let's stop. There are more, but let's stop. Huh? Who wants to go with some negative characteristics, if any? Okay, I see some hands. Yes. Sorry, please. Bridget? Okay. Yes. That's not what you said. Judgmental. Sorry, controlling. This board wants to move. Sorry, what did you say? Yeah, egotistical. Okay, go. Whoever's got your hand up. Hold on, I want one word answers, please. I can't write lots of words. Misogynist? How do you press misogyny? Is there a Y here or I? Am I? Okay, sorry. They're your boss. What do you expect? Anything else? Not. Hold on. The person next to the red shirt. There. Yes, you. Demotivator. Okay, I'm scribbling now, but yes. Okay, that's me. I'm the shining example of forgetfulness. Like I can guarantee I'll remember your faces. I'm not going to remember any of your names after today. But, so I'm not necessarily going to say that that's a negative point. That's just life happens. Yes. Resist. Racist. Sorry. Ungrateful. Any more? Overconfident. Is there such a thing? We have all these professors going,
No, I'm trying to listen to whether my students find the same.
Well, be prepared to learn something about yourself, right? Yes? Manipulative. Any? Self-obsessed. Go ahead. Go ahead. Rude could probably fit somewhere in here, but okay. Exaggerative, is that what you're saying? Yes? Exaggerative. I don't know that I'm writing this right, but hold on. Let's see if nobody else raises your hand because you've said something. Yes. Hypocrite. Okay. Gossip monger. Sorry, I couldn't hear you. The echo in this room is not great. Confused. We're getting now, okay, I'm going to stop, right? We're really starting to get, so see, I mean, yeah, we could probably go even longer that side if you want to. But you just set yourself up, by the way. Because I'm going to start asking who all has these characteristics. Next. Right? So you all had 2 stacks of sheets of paper. Right? One with positive and one with negative. Set it down quickly within 30 seconds. Pick one from each stack that to you is the most important. Your stack of positive and negative about your boss. Look at what you wrote. Pick one that you think from each stack that's the most important. Most valuable and most harming. From your stack. And hold the 2 sheets of paper in your hand. One positive and one negative. Okay? We got it? Don't think. No overthinking. Just go. Is everything on one list and the other on the board? Anybody have something on their piece of paper that's not on the board? Hold on, one at a time. Positive and fun. Is that in the positive? Fun and not systematic. Okay? Fun. So that's essentially not organized. Anyone else have something in their hands that yes? Lazy. I don't know too many leaders who are lazy, I will say, but yes? Hold on. Restless? Impatient. Do we have impatient in there? No, impatient. And yes, the one, whoever started speaking. Clear in the positive? I think vision is there, but okay, clarity. And, sorry, what did the negative? Impatient. Okay, well, let's hope that the rest of the words are more or less covered over there, right? Unite people. I think that's there. Yes, in some other words, but it's still there. Okay, all right. So I'm going to delete a few of these just to help us stay on task. Let's see, what shall we delete? I'm going to delete polite because that's not always useful. Sorry, I'm just trying to just take out a few. All right, let's do something with this, right? Do you think you're a good listener? Stand up if you do. Stand up if you think you're a good listener. Okay, look around you. All right, go ahead and have a seat. So clearly most people think they're a good listener. Whether they really are is debatable. Vision. How many of you think you have vision? That could be a small vision within your own research or a large vision in terms of organization. Please stand if you do. Look around you. I only picked one trait. Right? Confident amongst those. Stay standing. Stay standing if you said you had vision. If you say now, are you confident? Okay? Empathetic. Please have a seat if you're not empathetic. I'll have to sit down because I'm not empathetic. I'm the first one to admit that, actually. Right? Creative. Are you creative? Please stand, right? As I'm calling these, stand up as I call them, okay? If you are already in the words I said, stay standing. Passionate. Trustworthy. Motivating. Goal-oriented. Look around the room. Okay? Now, have a seat. Go ahead and have a seat. Go ahead. Look at our list of positive. See if you have at least 5 of these traits, and if you do, stand up. No, don't be shy just because to be the first one, it's okay. If you have even 5 of those traits, please stand up. 5 positive aspects of this list. If you have at least 5, look around the room. Okay? Now, if you have 5 of these negative traits, sit down. I'll have to sit down too. Right? I think pretty soon everybody's going to have to sit down. If you're not, you're lying. Sorry. Or at least you're not being honest. Okay? Have a seat. How are we doing in time? 5 minutes left? There's a problem, right? Because we have to do something in the last part. I'm going to give you a deck of cards. I'm sorry, I'm going to take another 15 minutes anyway. Because the most important part is not done. You're just going to have to drink coffee really fast. In fact, if the coffee is already out there, go get your coffee while you're doing this next activity because you're going to need it. Okay, unless you get the shakes if you have coffee. So, Mehak, we talked about having additional space for people to do the next activity. I talked to Rashi ma'am. Is there some rooms that are unlocked over there? Okay. So, form groups of 3. Ideally with somebody who's not from your institution. Somebody who's ideally not a professor if you're only students and only professors if you are otherwise. Groups of 3. Okay? Look around you and identify 3 people who will work with you. I am going to your goal, okay, maybe you want to know what you want to do in your groups of 3. Right? You want to know what you're going to do in your groups of 3. Right? In your group of 3, I'm going to give you some playing cards. Okay? And you're going to build a house of cards. The goal is to make it the highest possible card structure without damaging or destroying the cards or using anything except the cards. Okay? Such that it's stable enough that if I were to put something on the card deck, the house won't fall. That's your goal. The higher the structure, obviously, you'll get something from me if you have that. Okay? So, you need a flat surface to do this. This room does not have any except the floor. So, a couple of groups may well use the front of this room or this table. If there's wind, then you probably don't want to be in the hallways outside. But there's 2 rooms out in that way you can use. Go ahead and rise and go take this. I will call out in about 10 minutes and walk around. Shobha and I will walk around to see who has been successful. 10 minutes? Yeah, come collect your cards and then go. I'm going to ask if you can keep a deck of cards intact. Hold on. Hold on. I know.
Not entire.
But see who you give 2 pairs and then we can collect it back from those 2 people. Hold on. Okay. So, 1 person per group, please stand here. The remaining 2 go to the door. Half. We should have enough.
Okay.
And no, I give to professors only, so that I remember to collect
Yeah.
from them.
So are you part of Sujata's group or a different?
That's a different group.
No. Okay, different group.
Yeah.
Okay? All right. I'm going to give half and half to each group. Please try to keep it together so we can reaccumulate the deck of cards and actually use them for cards. So, are you a different group? Okay. So two of you go out and split this card deck. Okay. Half. Make sure you all know each other so you can bring it back. No. You make sure when you share the deck of cards, you know who the other person is so you can go back together and bring the deck of cards together.
I'll give you half.
Who are your group members?
Okay. Who are you going with?
2 more people.
Are you another group?
Yes.
Okay. Take half and half and remember each other and bring it back together.
Yeah, you and you because
Okay. Find a person.
Any group member? I have group members.
Anybody? Okay. Come over here. Here. Alright, hold tight. Okay, 2 groups. That's fine. You're going to split this deck between the 2 of you. Okay, make sure you come back. Alright, come on over. You take half and you take half. She will take half. Half and half, okay? So you have 26 each. You and you. Okay? Yeah, that's what I'm using. Half and half, make sure you come back together. Okay?
We are a group of 3.
Okay, can I have, so okay, I need one person. The other 2 go away. Find another group to split the deck with. Do you have a deck? Come here. So make sure you know each other. You bring that deck back together, take half and half. Go ahead and leave. If you have a deck of cards, please go find a flat surface. Okay, half to you. Are you part of this group?
No.
Do you have a deck already?
Yes.
Then leave the room, please, or go somewhere else. Okay, half. Are you a different group? Okay, so split the group between the 2. Split the deck of cards between the 2. Go. Okay, if you have a deck of cards or somebody with whom, please go ahead and leave. Okay, you need a deck?
Yeah.
Hold on. I need another group. You already got, so she's part of you, she already got. So people who are not part group yet and don't have cards, please come forward.
No, one more person. Come.
You have half. Hold on. Hey, I don't know her name. Sorry, you only have half. You need to share half your deck with another group.
I do.
You have another group? Okay, go. You have one group? You have another group? Please.
We need the cards.
Okay, come here. You're going to share this deck. You'll need to know each other so you can get the deck back together, okay?
Ma'am, we 3 are here.
Yes, you're one group, they're one group, you take half a deck, they take half a deck, I need the deck back together at the end. Here, go.
Should we make a group of them because they are not participating, or let them be?
You are waiting? That's okay, you can do 2. Do you have a group?
One person looking for group?
Okay, you need one person, go ahead, join her. Anyone else? No. Okay, there's somebody there.
So you got quite a good people in your team who have leadership skill. I don't know.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
Exactly. That is what.
Okay, you'll get a full deck so that you can just bring it back. Okay? Find a spot to work on. Can it even be here?
Yeah, but let's see.
That's right there.
Highest structure you can use. Cards should not be damaged.
Imagine me putting this on top of your house. I'll put this on top of your house.
Okay.
And it should not fall.
Alright.
That's it.
Alright.
Yeah.
No. I can. Wait.
Too much of smooth surface there.
Yeah, that's why the floor is better. Right? And yet they all want to do it on the table. The floor is actually better. Y'all can help me judge. You can help me judge, okay? No cheating allowed, right?
Supervisor.
Yes, absolutely.
Teamwork, how you're trying to. One is for backup. Backup is ready.
Give from the bag. There are some loose cards that don't belong in a deck. Okay, give them those. There's a blue plastic bag over there. Go ahead. You didn't want to make a house of cards? Hello. How are you? Good. If you can, please find the other group that you shared your deck. Go on. We have a winner. 3 stories high. We have a winner. Actually, it's 4 stories high. Okay. Go ahead and collect your cards and have a seat. Collect your cards and have a seat. It's not in this room. Go ahead and have a seat. Find the other group that has your half a deck. Please do not return the deck without finding the other half. Please, no, do not return the deck till you find the other half. Who did you get the half of your deck with? You were supposed to keep it with a group of people. Do not return the deck till you find your other half group that had half your deck. I asked you to make sure you knew who you were splitting with. Here's the problem. Each deck of cards is a standalone set. And I'm going to give it away. Is that a full deck? Yes. This is a group that you has a full deck with? Okay, excellent. Hold it together. Who's this?
One row and on top of that one.
Yeah, whose cards are these?
The other group has bent it.
That's okay. They were not supposed to, but. Okay? Yes, I will show a picture. You want it? You can have it. Alright.
We kept a key over it.
Okay. Excellent. We have one that's 4 decks. 4 stories. 4 stories. Yes.
Can we have a look at the picture, please?
Yes, I will share a picture. Go ahead and have a seat. Excellent. Thank you. Make sure you find your partner group that has the rest of the deck of cards. That's a full deck?
Do we have something like this for the coming year?
Yes, I'm going to give this out to everybody. So have a seat. Go ahead and have a seat. I have asked for the coffee to be ready. Is that a full deck? Okay, thank you. This is not.
Very interesting.
This is not. This is not. Okay. Full deck? Yes. Thank you. These are all not. Yes, we're going to finish up. Yeah, just a quick but. All right, folks. So let's wrap up real quick. The winning team, can you please stand? Are they here yet? Where's my winning team? Yes, please stand and come forward. I know it's an obstacle course. Please come forward. They have 4 stories high that was able to put this on top without collapsing. Okay? Can you introduce yourselves? Hold on.
Your name?
Amina. I'm from IIT Madras. Anaman Sari from Samir, Mumbai.
Adira from in IAST, Toronto.
There you go. Okay. So, here you go.
And hold on. Here. Here. All right. Go ahead and have a seat.
We'll do that at coffee break.
Yeah.
Okay, slide project. So, what did you learn from this? You learned to visualize leadership. Oh, I lost my thing. You learned to visualize leadership, right? You learned that listening, appreciating, commending, influencing is all key to being a leader. When you built the cards, my winning team, was there one person who took the lead, or were you all equal participants? Did somebody have a design in mind already? We had somebody who had a design and was leading the way. The others followed instructions, hopefully, because they were successful. That was teamwork with leadership in action. Too many cooks is always a problem. Okay, we had a few that got one story. I think there was one group that got 2 stories. There were a couple of groups who had the cards in 2 stories but could not handle the weight of the thing that I put on it. So it collapsed. Okay, but hopefully you got the point. Everybody has their role. Everybody can be a leader if put up to the test. And you also had fun in the way. Now we have completely destroyed Urbashi's schedule. She's absolutely livid at me, I know. She's trying really hard not to tell me that. So we're going to do a very short coffee break. But I don't know that the coffee is ready. So we're going to go ahead and do the next panel. Okay? We'll do the next panel and do a only 15-minute coffee break. Yes? Okay, there's a photo. Yes, just grab a cup, gobble it up, and we'll continue. Okay? Hopefully you had fun and it's worth it. Okay? Thank you.